Hello. Welcome to another episode of Somewhere Between a film and TV podcast. We are your hosts. I am Daniel Parra.
And I'm Erwin Trejo.
And number one, thank you so much for listening and watching. If you could, if you're still on Spotify or Apple, it's all good that you are. But we are also available on YouTube for you to subscribe.
And SoundCloud.
We are on SoundCloud, actually.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Oh.
And anywhere podcasts can be found. Erwin, not only are they going to subscribe, what are they going to do?
Like and comment.
Yeah. Comments. Nothing derogatory or mean, please.
I wouldn't.
Because he keeps trying to get us to happen.
Why? I mean, if it happens, it happens.
I mean...
I just don't like it.
The most negative thing we've ever gotten is... I got like 4 comments on our Inside Out 2 review that were about me not liking Bing Bong. I get what I get, though.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, it was weird. There was a comment saying that we should make out.
The one that you commented?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
By Erwin Trejo, or was it Erwin Trejo? It's one of those.
The name is very common.
Erwin Trejo?
Yeah, it's very common.
No, it's not.
Somewhere it is.
I mean, there's Erwin from Billy and Mandy.
True.
And then
Erwin from 17, or Edge of 17.
And then, what's
Erwin from
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody?
Attack on Titan.
Oh, yeah.
See? Damn.
What about Sweet Life of Zack and Cody? That's
Where?
his name, right?
Who?
Erwin.
Yeah, but who?
The lobby, like...
I think it's Arwen.
Is it Arwen?
Yeah, I think it was Arwen. Damn, so close.
Like Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah.
There's another Arwen in that. That's not your name.
I know,
but...
you don't need to clarify.
That's Erwin Trejo.
That was me.
And thank you so much for listening to us and watching.
And we'll see you guys next time. I was like, dang, that was a fast review.
To get this out of the way, we're reviewing A Quiet Place Day 1. I want to say the full title of the movie right now. So because we never do that.
Oh, we don't? I mean, I'm aware of what we're reviewing.
No, it's something that we need to work on.
Okay.
But everything we review will always have full spoilers. Imagine you're getting out of a movie and
you're like, damn, I want to demolish 2 like peach chicken sandwiches.
Oh, we did do that.
Yeah.
The Tumble 22 Sandwich of the Month, which that's the best one they've ever done, man.
So far, yes.
Yeah. And then we secretly got the other one early. What she told us what it was
I kind of forgot. What was it? Was it like the enchilada one that you mentioned?
No, I just told her that was one of my favorite ones. But
okay.
I think it's a Texas-only place. So, like, if you're listening to us and you're not in Texas, then there's an amazing place in Austin called Tumble 22. But... Erwin, I get out of a movie.
Yeah, we all do. Once it's over, you kind of want to go.
Once it's over, I might be with a friend. I might be with 2 friends.
Damn. Whore.
And what I'm going to want to do.
And then your friend will be sitting between your other friend, but you wanted to sit next to your friend.
That wasn't my friend. That was my girlfriend.
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You sat right in between us.
I was like, where's Daniel?
Like, I mean, hey. What are we reviewing?
Quiet Place.
Day 1. Not part 1, like The Strangers part 1 that came out earlier this year. I explained to you what that was, right?
You said it was a prequel.
It's not even a prequel.
Oh.
It's a sequel, I think. But they called it The Strangers part 1.
Okay.
And it was the 3rd movie.
Okay.
And... the reason why, I guess full spoilers for this movie, but I've heard it's horrendous. Full clarification.
Oh.
Do you know what happens at the end of that?
No.
They basically set it up to where, like, because you know the premise of The Strangers is that there's a couple strange people, and they show up in the house, and you don't know them.
Okay.
And then they just terrorize you just because. Like, that's their whole thing. They like to do that just because they like to do it.
Okay.
I heard that the movie ends with them just, like, leaving the cabin that they're in, and it says to be continued at the end of it. So it's kind of like set up as like half of a movie.
Oh, okay. Wait, so like The Strangers, like the actual like people terrorizing?
Yeah.
When does it cut off again? It just ends?
I guess it just ends, and then it'll be like to be continued.
Oh, okay.
But
I don't know why I hate seeing that at the end of any like movie or show.
I hate seeing that at the end of a bad movie because then you're
in
like
anything.
Yeah.
I just don't like to be continued. I'm like, no, just cut it off. end where you need to end, and then like of course I'm gonna see the next one if it's good.
I like to be continued though. I mean,
it's gonna continue. I don't understand.
I mean, in One Piece, every episode ends with to be continued.
Dude, One Piece has been continuing for like 20 seasons.
Yeah, that's why it's awesome. And then sometimes they change it, and then the graphic looks all different, and you're like, that's how you know the next episode's gonna be extra cool. It's because they do that. Or the end of that episode was so crazy that they got to add something different to it.
Nah, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna watch the next thing.
What if we just cut it off right now and I put
to be continued?
What are your thoughts on John Krasinski?
I love him. Did you say that right?
Yeah, John Krasinski.
Okay, John Krasinski.
Yeah.
What is he?
You love him?
Yeah. What is he?
How was If?
No. What is he?
How was the movie?
No,
If?
like what is he?
White.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is he Jewish?
I don't know. I don't know either.
Yeah. I love him in The Office. That's the first time I've ever like seen him in anything. And so I remember what was that one movie with? Was it Michael Bay that directed the 13?
Oh,
the war.
We've talked about it on here. 13 Hours.
Yeah, 13 Hours.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really cool movie that he starred in because it was something completely different that I've never seen him in.
For him. Yeah.
So that was great. And yeah, I mean, overall, I like him. Also, him as a Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, and his one second he's in that movie. Oh yeah, you liked If?
I haven't seen it.
I know. I told you that I heard that kind of hit for older people, but I mean older people.
Oh.
Like that movie when it first came out, no one went to go see.
Yeah.
But that studio decided to do something that other studios should do. Is they just let it sit in theaters, and you know what? People just kept going to watch it.
Oh.
And some people ended up really enjoying it. I like John Krasinski a lot. I think he's very funny in The Office. I know we both have not mixed thoughts on The Office, but the later seasons certainly are.
I think it's just the last 2 seasons.
There's some good stuff in the last 2, but it's not.
Yeah.
And
nothing compared to How I Met Your Mother. I keep seeing a bunch of like How I Met Your Mother.
The ones that I sent you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know if it's trending or something.
I don't know if it's on something that people are.
Oh, because like they did not a revival, like they do like a spin-off show.
How I Met Your Mother?
No, Father.
How
I Met Your Father, and then did they do something else or no?
No, because that got canceled, but people actually liked it, and Barney Stinson would show up sometimes. I heard. I don't know what he was doing, but I think that he's a very good comedic talent in The Office, and I really loved the first Quiet Place movie. I remember when that was coming out. I was in college and I went to this old theater, like old enough that they still didn't have reserved seats for it. You could just walk in and sit down.
Like the Regal one?
Kinda, yeah. But I was in San Marcos at the time, and so it was packed.
Yeah.
And I remember people being excited for that movie because, believe it or not, that movie was a huge breath of fresh air because it's such a simple concept, but it's so simple that you're kind of surprised no one had thought of it yet. It is very, very simple. Stay quiet. And if you're not, then the monsters or whatever they are, they get you.
The big baddie monsters.
And the shot that's like iconic from the first one in this is whenever she's in the tub and
she's like, I'm going to give birth.
Yeah. And then like you see the creature like walking around. Yeah. But this, I'm getting ahead of myself here, but there's a bunch of shots in this movie in particular that reminded me of Aliens, like the second one.
Which shots?
There was one where they're in the subway and they're coming out of the water.
Yeah.
And there was another one when Joseph Quinn is like hiding on the side of something and then
it's like hovering.
Yeah, like right next to his face.
Wasn't there like certain shots like that? I think it's just when you have like a big monster type of thing.
Yeah, and then you're obviously you're also gonna spend some kind of amount homaging older Alien movies because in the first one, before you saw it, did you remember if you thought like what kind of horror movie it was going to be?
Oh, thriller.
Okay.
Wait, what? What?
Before we get into that,
I had to clarify.
This is one of those movies that I remember arguing with people about. Yeah. Thriller's not a real genre. It's not. And no, I meant like, what type of monster did you think it was going to be?
Oh, I don't know. I guess, I don't know. I thought it was going to be the type of movie where it never showed us the monster, kind of like how Cloverfield did it. Like for the longest time, you didn't
Cloverfield
really.
does though, right? Or
Oh
for
yeah,
like for most of the movie.
yeah. Most of the movie, you didn't really like see what it looked like until like the very end.
Yeah.
Right. But then again, it was like a big. Wasn't it a big monster only, or
It
is
was
just
a
like,
huge monster. Didn't
yeah,
some people like think that it was a Godzilla thing
yeah.
because of the marketing for it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's what I thought this movie, or like at least the first A Quiet Place, was going to be like until, of course, they showed the monsters and everything. But I mean, overall, like, if anything, the monsters kind of resembled to me like those, what's it called, from Stranger Things.
They look so much like the Demogorgons. Like,
yeah.
I remember some people even kind of accusing them of stealing that design, but I mean, some monsters
similar,
look really similar to other monsters.
I mean, you can argue too, like it looks similar to the aliens.
Yeah, like I mean, xenomorphs also have this thing where they sort of open their mouths and then more stuff comes out of there.
Yeah.
But
hey, I do that.
You open your mouth and then more stuff comes out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
most of the time I just spit.
That's what talking is.
Yeah.
You open your mouth and stuff comes out. No, that's called word vomit. That's what people call that.
Word vomit.
I think the first one was really great, though.
Wait, when people say word vomit, what does that mean? Like, it's just me just like saying a bunch of things at once?
What do you think it means?
Saying a bunch of random words.
I thought you were going to say that it means like you're throwing up, but like you're talking.
Talking?
At the
same time. Like that? Yeah, did you get what I said?
Come out.
It's the actual words.
I didn't get what you said.
Oh, like the alphabet soup?
It sounded like you were deep throating for a second.
Oh, interesting. What are you doing with your fist? You're like...
You know what I'm talking about. What? That's when I get angry. What about your thoughts on the second one in the franchise?
Cillian Murphy's in it.
You said Killing Murphy?
Killing Murphy. Cillian Murphy
is in that movie.
Yes. I think I
remember.
I don't remember much from it. I was surprised that there was going to be a sequel. I do remember that. But I remember enjoying it. Thought it was really good.
I remember with the second one, I thought this is as good as the first, but it is kind of, I mean...
It was shorter than the first one, right?
Dude, they're all like 100 minutes. Like, they're all the same runtime.
And I thought the first Quiet Place was a lot longer.
Okay. I think, I mean, you could look at the runtime on this right now, and you can see, I bet anything, it's like 96 to 100 minutes right there. But...
Yeah, 90 minutes. Hour and a half?
Yeah. No, these movies are they're so lean in terms of what they choose to do.
Yep, I see no fat.
But they don't have any kind of... But like the miracle of these is they're able to somehow have a lot of heart in them and have a lot of soul in their characters and their characterization without maybe one of the core components that you need for one of these movies, which is what?
What?
Talking. And sometimes you need talking to be able to get to know characters, right?
They did talk.
No, but I'm talking about like the ability to show what situation that they're in without an extraneous amount of dialogue.
Yeah.
And
that's what they did, a lot of like sign language.
Yeah,
and we got a lot of subtitles.
And I mean, we're going to get into, I'm not going to say flaw, but it's something I wish it was expanded more on in this new one.
Oh, okay.
We'll start getting into it now, actually. I wish that... Let's get into it. And...
No, okay.
Okay. Well, all right, fine.
You just got too excited. I can't.
Doja Cat.
Doja Cat.
But I wish that they would have had a bit more of an exploration in terms of how they sort of figured out the mechanics of the silence and how that worked. I thought that like the initial sort of chaos of everything at the beginning of this new one was a bit too figured out too fast.
Yeah.
Because you have the opportunity to let your characters, like the extras and stuff, act stupid.
Yeah.
And learn from that. I know that these movies only exist in a certain amount of runtime, but I could have taken more of that. But I do also know that what comes with that, though, is uninterrupted tension.
Yeah.
And it's sort of equivalent exchange. Like, which one do you want more of in a movie like this?
I say, I don't know. I do like the fact that they just, because they announced it in the movie, like they're like a helicopter. Something like a siren saying like, please be quiet, basically the entire time.
Guys, they don't like when you talk.
They don't like noise. And I think so just because the trope that a lot of horror movies would make is just the fact that a lot of the like main or even side characters, they would do like make stupid decisions.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, why should I care? Like you made that decision. Now it's like why
Prometheus? It always comes to mind whenever I think about a movie like that, where it's like, why do you keep making these decisions? You are scientists.
Supposed to be better than that.
Don't get me wrong, I do like that movie, but it does get to a point in that where you're just like, I can't support anything going on anymore.
But I think overall, like, I think the characters themselves realizing like what's happening and what they had to do in order to like keep going and like just be safe throughout the movie, was as smart as like the other ones too. So
now I ask you this because I'm remembering to finally ask it. A Quiet Place, day one, by his name Michael Sarnoski.
I don't know.
The director, the guy who directed Pig, which is amazing.
Okay.
Did you love it?
Oh.
Did you hate it? Or are you somewhere between?
I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you love about it?
It just reminded me of the other two movies. Okay, I reminded me of the first one because I can't remember the second one.
And that's not even to say that the second one's forgettable. It's just like...
I mean, I forgot.
I saw it once.
I only saw it once.
But I remember it being as good as the first one.
Yes, that's it. But I do still think I loved the first Quiet Place more just because it's centered around a family.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And so, but I still love day one just because I guess the fact that it made me care so quickly with the characters that they introduced in the movie as well. I love that so much. And then, I don't know why, but in this one, they definitely expanded more on how the aliens are in this compared to the other ones.
They show more of them since there's no element of surprise with them anymore.
Yes.
Since you already know what they look like, then it's this ability to show how they work without really having to like keep up the tension of, because you know how sometimes we talk about horror movies where they need to not show the monster so much to keep up that kind of energy and that tension. This franchise is no longer at that point, but they are at a point where when these creatures show up, they are such a force of nature that you don't need to do the whole like hiding in behind shadows and things, because you already feel that. And I will get to this. I think my favorite part of this, not because it ended, like you joked about, like, what's your favorite part of the ending? Because the ending. I think the ending of this is incredible. I think it's like the best part of this movie. But
whenever like she's playing music, dude, that was.
But I do want to get
scene.
I want to get into why I love that. But I agree with you about being able to make such sympathetic and empathetic characters, particularly in the case of Lupita Nyong'o.
Dude, character growth in it is insane. I love that so much. And like especially caring for the nurse as well.
Oh yeah, the Naked Brothers band.
What an awesome name.
That's what we are. We're not brothers.
No, we're not naked either. Oh man. But I'm trying to think what else happened. Another cat movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
People have been really selling it on the cats lately. And I'm not the they're okay. I'm not like I'm not the biggest on them, but this cat would not act like
any other cats. Because they're like, what, the cat, why wasn't the cat meowing the entire time?
I had to live with a cat that was an asshole, and that cat would have made me die so fast.
Yeah, that's true. Some cats are like that.
You ever put yourself in a situation?
The situation I did with you earlier?
Which one?
$100 million.
No. But do you ever think about, like, obviously, could I survive this? I always say, like, if a zombie apocalypse happened, I'm done. I don't want to.
Depending on the zombies.
If it's like the Walking Dead ones, they always find themselves in some dumbass situation where they.
It makes I don't know. Sometimes it makes sense that you can survive certain things like that, but I don't know.
The World War Z ones, I'm screwed.
No, heck no. There's no way. They run so fast.
Yeah, no, this one, dude, I couldn't. I don't.
Everyone's so quiet.
My stomach would grumble, and then I'd be
I'm hungry, guys. My bad.
And
they should do that on the next one, day 2.
And that's this movie was technically days 1 through 3, right? Because they're like
or 5 or something.
Yeah, I don't know how long it had been.
Next one is be day 20.
I do think that this does lend itself to, you could change the protagonist over and over.
Oh yes,
and like have several separate situations.
I can see them doing this like in a different country.
In the second one, don't they end up like going to a shelter where none of them go for some reason?
I don't know. I don't even remember. Like I guess they're not. I don't want to say they're scared of water.
Yeah,
but like they just can't survive
in water. That reminded me of this movie. Reminded me of a few different things. You could tell what its inspirations were. I do think Signs is one of them because of the water thing that you just mentioned. I know that they're like allergic to water in that movie, but
Yeah.
these they just don't want to go into
Mhm.
it. But if they're that scared of it though, wouldn't you just like hang out in like 4 feet of water all the time?
Basically.
But that, and then the other one was, it reminded me a lot just of Spielberg in general.
Mm.
Just the way his horror movies.
Wait, this one, day one, or just
day one?
Oh, okay.
Because he has no real issue with just showing the sort of humanity of their characters more than even like the monsters themselves. Because this really felt like it relied on both. I do kind of wish I knew more about Joseph Quinn's character in this. And
I don't know. I just don't think it would have added more to who or how he was and how they showcase, because I think at the end this movie was more about Lupita.
It was 100%
hers,
Lupita
and so
Nyong'o,
just her like basically living or having him live through her type of way, like at the very end. And so because you only got like a little bit of what he was there for. He was like, I'm just here because I wanted to be a lawyer.
Yeah, I mean that's like why he's around, and I love her whole central focus of really just wanting to go to
a pizza place.
Because of the way they put her character. Well, if you decide to take someone's characterization as they are dying and they're put in a situation where they could die at any moment, that was way more creative than you really like realize.
I love that.
Yeah, so
that was a great choice.
Doesn't really have. She's like fighting the entire movie, and you don't really know why, but it's because of that one thing. Like if she would have gotten it at the beginning, I don't think it would have been the same thing.
No, not at all.
The whole time, because she'd be fine dying, I'm sure.
Oh, and then like Joseph Quinn's like character doing a magic trick.
Oh yeah, dude.
That was on.
I
was like, whoa, what?
Actually teared up in this movie, and I wasn't anticipating that I would. And it was whenever they're doing that whole magic trick and the silence, pretending to play the piano in front of a crowd.
I loved how he wrote Patsy's Pizza on the box. Yeah, that was funny.
I loved the sort of empathy towards the characters in this, because it doesn't feel like these movies, they could be mean-spirited if they wanted to be, but they choose to be more about the whole idea of humanity surviving through nature and whatever's thrown their way towards it. Do you prefer the protagonist in the first two or here?
Probably the first two.
Yeah.
I think I just like the fact that it was centered around a family, especially a family that they already have an established like language, which is the sign language.
Oh, yeah.
And so like they were already able to like communicate just in the very beginning of things. While in Quiet Place, they had to be more like a bit more creative, and just in terms of just like, well, let me just write down this note and like tell you like what I'm thinking and what I'm trying to, or like, like when the thunder happened too, like they would talk or scream.
Because since it'd be so loud, because of outside effects, and then I guess they're scared of water because they weren't coming out during the rain either. I did like the sort of, that's maybe something else I wanted more of too, was the trial and error of having to learn how these things even worked in the first place. But I know that there's not so much you can accomplish within the given time. Yeah. Because you got to pick and choose. But I mean, no one's saying that these can't be 2 hours. I just don't know if you could keep up that pace and tension for that long. Because we were talking about how that guy was bringing out the check at it felt like so early.
Yes. We're like, is it probably over?
Yeah.
And you're like, there's so much that needs to happen. Like I was still waiting for that whole building scene to happen, where like they're crashing through like glass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was like, where is that?
No, I kept waiting for the part in the trailer I thought was really creative when he decides to throw something into the car alarm. Yes. And that goes off instead, and then they like jump onto that. Yeah. Do you have any flaws with this?
The only flaw I could think of, if it was a bit longer, just to maybe stretch out some other characters. Yeah. Like the nurse, the naked Brothers Band guy,
the Alex Wolff.
Guy. Yeah, him. Yeah. Like just a little bit more, so in that way I feel, because his death was like, oh damn, like it happened. But at the same time, I wish if his character got developed a little bit more. So yeah, like at least a relationship.
I liked him. I just wish I knew more about him.
Basically, because it's obvious that he cared about everybody, right? But I just wanted their relationship to be showcased more. And then what about that one actor that's always in everything? I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Which one? Jimon Hunsao, I think.
Yes, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's in Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes. He's in literally Furious 7.
Yeah, he's in every single franchise.
Yeah, ever.
But yeah, I don't know. It was just, I think because I feel like he's an established actor.
He's in Gran Turismo from Gamer to Racist, and there's like...
Oh, what did you say?
It's a meme.
No.
I wanted more of him too.
Yeah,
actually.
But I just say that just because he's already an established actor, so I thought he was gonna have more to do.
Yeah, he has like 2 scenes.
Yeah, and like those 2 scenes were impactful though, still. And because like, he was just like a family man, and I think that's what it is too.
He was a family guy.
He was a family guy. And the next thing you know, the bottom screen is just Family Guy
like,
playing.
Lucky there is one.
Oh man. But other than that, that was like my only flaw I could think of.
I have the same sort of thing. I kind of wish that it was a little bit longer in that I guess I wanted more of... I mean, it's a horror movie, like more or less, and I wanted more of some of the tense stuff, but I also... You get just enough and then it's over, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Then I also think that the characters could have been given, I guess, a bit more to do, but then it is one of those, just, we keep saying this, or I keep saying this, but like the trade-off of keeping that runtime up to just what is it, like exactly an hour 40?
Yeah.
But I want to say that I think that what makes this movie really, really good is boiled down to how the ending plays out, which I said I wanted to touch on in particular, is this idea that they set up very minimally, that we understand that she has this special thing. Like, we don't know why she wears this cardigan the whole time. And I really like that everything that's told that's special is through image and not through any kind of dialogue or anything. You see the picture, and then you see that her dad was wearing that, and then the reason why that pizza place meant so much in the first place.
And then the reason why, like, she writes poems.
And why she also goes to that play in the first place.
Yes.
Because she was like, "Oh, you tricked me," and then we don't really know what that means. We just think that they're being like playful back and forth, but then that actually, like, there's a significance of that to her. And whenever, did you kind of piece together like what the sort of finale was going to be just based off of her actions towards the end?
Yes, I kind of figured, like, because I mean, at the end, like, it didn't seem like she was gonna like survive. Yeah. Right. And so I figured
she didn't really want to.
She didn't want to either.
Yeah.
And so you're like, all right, but like, how is it gonna play off? And I just loved everything that she did, to help him and the cat. Yeah. Her cat to like survive through all that.
Sam and Frodo.
His name was Sam?
Her name was Sam.
Oh.
The cat's name was Frodo.
Sam.
Sam. We have a Lord of the Rings video if you guys want to watch it.
I can't.
But the ending, I love how it cuts off right when the thing jumps down and the song plays.
It's so good. What song did it play again?
I don't remember. But
I don't know. It was great.
It was good. It was a good song. I do remember that. I've seen some stuff that has used music really well lately, that like the past couple of days, like with the bear and then Kinds of Kindness and then this that I don't remember which one exactly. But I guess much like the characters of this movie.
Say munch? Munch like
well, like Ice Spice?
Yeah.
Are you a munch?
Wait, what?
It's the same thing as being an eater.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No, I can't deny that.
Yeah, no, great job.
I guess we're both certified eaters.
Absolutely, yeah.
I guess awful.
What were you trying to do?
There we go. Nice.
He was trying to handshake me. Yeah?
Yeah.
Erwin, much like the characters...
I guess you caught me.
Much like the characters in this movie, I guess we don't have a whole lot to say. It was
very... it was so
really good. Yeah.
I would love to see this again.
This is just another one where the...
Makes me want to watch the second movie of A Quiet Place.
Remember what happens? Oh, I live in a quiet place too.
Hey, that was kind of good.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Day one. What?
2.
If you were to give this a score out of 5, what are you giving it?
Honestly, probably 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought this was great. I'm going a little lower. I would probably say a 4 out of 5.
Damn.
I mean, it's great. It's a great score.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love this too. Whatever.
I love this too. Day one.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm just thinking like every movie title where I just say like.
You're thinking of every movie title? That's a lot.
Yeah. So at the end of it, I just go day one.
Jurassic Park Day 1 sounds like a movie that would exist.
Yeah.
I see your VHS over there. That's why I say that.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings Day 1? That doesn't make sense.
It was like weeks.
Independence Day, day one. I mean, that's perfect.
This is one day.
I mean,
What?
day two.
Day two.
There's like a July 5th, July 4th, 2 times.
2 times.
I don't think
2 times the trouble.
the aliens would invade.
Remember those old commercials where it's like
Double
2
trouble.
detectives, double the trouble.
What the fuck are you talking
I don't
about?
know. No, like the old 80s and 90s commercials.
Did you live in the 80s and 90s? What commercials would I remember if I wasn't alive during
Oh,
this
it's not that. I mean, wouldn't you watch like old trailers for movies and stuff?
Yeah. Oh, are
And
you
then
talking
they
about
would-
like Kindergarten Cop, where it's
Yeah,
like,
like,
she's half his size,
Yeah,
but double
Was
the
this
trouble.
trouble?
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I see what
those-
you're talking about.
those trailers are
That's
hilarious.
like Disney Channel decom stuff, where they're
But I love those. Those are hilarious to me.
like,
Whenever you start directing like movies,
yeah.
you need to have it where they advertise it like that.
Summer's
Bring that
out.
back.
High School Musical 2.
It's back in.
Yeah, this was this was great. We highly recommend it if you haven't seen it yet. Everybody's watching it though. The box
Yes.
office for it is doing really well. It's making a noise, whatever they say.
Making a noise. I guess it wasn't quiet.
They're like all the, you know how we talk about the box office titles and stuff, where they like Scream slashes its way into theaters.
Quiet Place Day 1 splashes its way into theaters.
It's like Avatar: The Way of Water.
Oh yeah.
But Erwin,
Yes.
what are they going to do?
They are not going to do anything.
Okay,
They are going to like, comment, and subscribe.
they are, because
Yes.
you'll get a whole lot more content like this from us, where we review movies and talk about them, and
That's true.
occasionally get off topic.
He gets off topic.
It happens. That's not true. You're the one that literally just started talking about.
Well, because it's just my thoughts run amok.
Thank you guys so
Yes.
much for listening.
Me about to go on a 20-minute rant right now.
You're like,
Wait a minute.
Pad this out for another 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It ended up being 15 minutes.
Yeah, okay, screw it.
We love you.
What? Whoa. Maybe a few of them, but I don't know about all of them.
We love 99% of you. If you want to find out which one of the ones that we don't, subscribe. So
Comment down below. Tell us who you think loves you the least.
The least. Yeah. It's probably going to be him because he messed that up.
I messed that up, so yeah, it's probably going to be me. That's okay, though.
I love you. I love him. Thank you so much for listening.
Really?
We will see you next time for a review of Yorgos Lanthimos' new movie, Kinds of Kindness.
I love
Erwin
you too.
cannot stop looking at me.
I love you.
Okay. Thank you
Wow,
so
you're
much.
just going to ignore me.
Thank you so much for listening and watching, everyone. We will see you next time.